Hello everyone, Kit here, back with another video. Today for you guys I'm going to be reading The Avalon Project, Charles II, grants of New England to the Duke of York in 1676, exemplified by Queen Anne 1712. I'll leave a link to this down in the description box below, along with our email. You can email us at themillennials@gmail.com for private consultation, and without further ado, let's get right into it. And by the grace of God of Great Britain, France, and Ireland, Queen, Defender of the Faith, and C, to all whom these our present letters shall come greeting. Know ye that among the records remaining in our Secretary's office of our province of New York in America, at our fort at New York, we have inspected certain letters, patents granted unto his late Royal Highness James, Duke of York, deceased, which followeth in these words: Charles II, by the grace of God of England, Scotland, France, and Ireland, Defender of the Faith, and C, to all whom these present shall come greeting. Know ye that we divers good causes and considerations us hereunto moving have our especial grace, certain knowledge and mere motion given and granted by these presents for us. Our heirs and successors do give and grant are to our dearest brothers James, Duke of York, his heirs, and assigns all that part of the main land of New England beginning at a certain place called or known by the name of St. Croix, next adjoining to New Scotland in America, and from thence extending along the sea coast unto a certain place called Pertequin or Purmiquid, and so up the river thereof to the farthest head of the same as it tendeth northward, and extending from thence the river of Kinlesbake, and so upwards by the shortest course to the river of Canada northward. And also that island or islands, commonly called by the several names of Connecticut or Hudson's River, together with the said river called Hudson's River, and all the lands from the west side of Connecticut to the east side of Delaware Bay, and also all of those several islands called or known by the names of Martin's Vineyard and Nanotokes or otherwise Nantucket, together with all these lands, islands, soils, rivers, harbors, mines, minerals, quarries, woods, marshes, waters, lakes, fishings, hawkings, buntings, and fowling, and all other royalties, profits, commodities, and hereditaments to said several lands and premises belonging and apparenting with their and every of their appurtenances, and all our estate, right, title, interest, benefit, advantage, claim, and demand of in or the said lands or premises, or any part or parcel thereof, and the revisions, remainder, and remainders, together with the yearly and other the rents, revenues, and profits of all singular the said premises, and of every part and parcel thereof, to have and hold all and brother James, Duke of York, his heirs, and assigns forever to the only proper use and behoof of the said James, Duke of York, his heirs, and assigns forever to be holden of us, our heirs and ancestors, as of our manor of East Greenwich in our county of Kent, in free and common scutage, and not in captive, nor by night service yielding and rendering. And the said James, Duke of York, doeth for himself, his heirs, and assigns covenant and promise to yield and render unto our heirs and successors, and for the same, and every year 40 beaver skins when they shall be demanded, or within 90 days after. And we do further of our special grace, certain knowledge and mere motion for us, our heirs and ancestors, give and grant unto our said dearest brother James, Duke of York, his heirs, deputies, agents, commissioners, and assigns by these presents full and absolute power and authority to correct, punish, pardon, govern, and rule all of the subjects of us, our heirs and successors, as shall from time to time adventure themselves into any of the parts of or places aforesaid, or that shall or do at any other time hereafter inhabit within the same, according to such laws, orders, ordinances, directions, and instruments as by our said dearest brother or his assigns shall be established, and in defect thereof, in case of necessity, according to the good directions of his deputies, commissioners, officers, or assigns respectively, as well in all causes and in matters capital and criminal, as civil, both marine and others. So always as the said statutes, ordinances, and proceedings not contrary to, but as near as conveniently may be, agreeable to the laws, statutes, and government of this our realm of England, and saving and reserving to us, our heirs and successors, the receiving, hearing, and determining of the appeals of all or any person or persons of, in, or belonging to the territories or islands aforesaid, in or touching any judgment or sentence to be there made or given, and further, that it shall be made lawful to and for good our said dearest brother, his heirs and assigns, by these presents from time to time, to nominate, make, constitute, ordain, and confirm, by such name or names, styles, I think it says steals, as to him or them shall seem good, and likewise to revoke discharge, change, and alter, as well as singular governors, officers, ministers, which hereafter shall be by him or them thought fit and needful to be made or used within the aforesaid parts and islands, and to also make, ordain, and establish all manner of orders, laws, directions, instructions, forms, and ceremonies of government and magistracy, fit and necessary, and for concerning the government of the territories and the islands aforesaid. So always that the same be not contrary to the laws and statutes of this our realm of England, but as near as may be agreeable thereunto, and at the same time at all times hereafter to put in execution, or aggravate, revoke, or change, not only within the precincts of the said territories or islands, but also upon the scenes in going and coming to from the same. And he or they that are in good discretions shall think to be fittest for the good of the adventurers and inhabitants there. And we do further of our special grace, certain knowledge and mere motion, grant, ordain, and declare that such governors, officers, and ministers as from time to time shall be authorized and appointed in manner and form aforesaid, shall and may have full power and authority to use and exercise martial law in cases of rebellion, insurrection, and mutiny, and in as large and ample manner as our lieutenants in our countries within our realm of England have or ought to have, by force of their commission of lieutenancy or any law or statute of this our realm. And we do farther for these presents for us, our heirs and successors, grant unto our said dearest brother James, Duke of York, his heirs and assigns shall and may be lawful to those to and for the said James, Duke of York, his heirs and assigns, in his or their discretion from time to time, to admit such and so many person or persons to trade and traffic into and within the said territories and lands aforesaid, and into every or any part of the parcel thereof, and to have possess and enjoy any lands or indictments in the parts of the places aforesaid, as they shall see fit, according to the laws, orders, constitution, and ordinances by our said brother, his heirs, deputies, commissioners, and assigns from time to time, be made and established by virtue of and according to the true intent and meaning of these presents, and under such conditions, preservations, and agreements as our said brother, his heirs, and assigns shall set down, order, direct, and appoint and not otherwise as aforesaid. By these presents, that it shall and may not be lawful to and for him, them, or any of them, and at all after every time and times hereafter, out of any our realms and dominions whatsoever, to take, lead, carry, and transport in and into their voyages, and for it towards the plantations of our said territories and islands, all such and so many of our loving subjects or any other strangers being not prohibited under and all ways and means whatsoever, all such persons as without the special license of our said deepest brother, his heirs and assigns shall attempt to inhabit within the several precincts and limits, parts, places, or islands aforesaid, or any part thereof. And lastly, our will and pleasure is, we do hereby declare and grant that these are letters patents, or the enrollment thereof, shall be good and effectual in the law to all intents and purposes whatsoever. Notwithstanding the not reciting or mentioning of the premises, or any part thereof, or the metes or bounds thereof, or any of former or late letters, or law or other restraint, uncertainty, or imperfection whatsoever, to the contrary, in any wise notwithstanding, although express mention of the yearly value or certainty of the premises, or any of them, or of any other gifts or grants by us, or by any of our progenitors or predecessors, herefore made to the said James, Duke of York, in these presents is not made by or any statute, act, ordinance, provision, or proclamation, or restriction, therefore had, made, enacted, ordained, or provided, or any other matter, causing or thing whatsoever to the contrary thereof, in any wise notwithstanding. In witness thereof we have caused these our letters to be made patent. Witness ourselves at Westminster, the 12th day of March, in the 16th year of our region, by the King Howard. Alright, that's it, guys. Once again, I'll leave a link to this down in the description box below, along for email. You can email us at themoise@gmail.com for private consultation, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Have a nice day.